Hopefully I'm back. I ran out of hard drive space apparently. But I guess the real question is, should there be a penalty for death? If so, what should the penalty be? Should the penalty be fixed penalty? Should like everyone have the penalty? Should you drop all your items on death? Should you keep all your items? Should you have a respawn timer? Should you have a ghost run? I mean, in Warcraft there was no real direct penalty for dying, but you only had to sit there and stare at your res timer for a few minutes before it felt like it was a horrible penalty. So yeah, on this particular thing, I'm open to suggestions. I think when multiplayer comes in, it becomes a server option to a degree. It may even be a whole field of server options. Do people drop stuff on death? Do people teleport back? Do you just nothing happens? You just end up back as base. I see. 6.3 gigs of saved. What we call it? What am I doing? 6.3 gigs of saved Twitch recordings. Yeah, I'll move those off. That'll help. But I guess the question is, how hardcore a game do people want? Do people want that? Should we just basically go hardcore mode? Drop it. Should you have a super soft, fluffy bunny mode? Keep it super hardcore mode. Get kicked off the server. Ultra hardcore mode. Delete the world. Should we just have a series of tick boxes? I like the idea of having to store certain materials. That adds a nice risk reward. You know, you're investing time there in order to save yourself, and like. Sorry, I have a delicious katsu curry, and I'm just scoffing it while I'm talking to you. Okay, now I have 6 gigs of hard drive space free. I shouldn't run out again. Excellent. I like the grappling hook too, by the way. I've been definitely enjoying it. It was quite simple to write. Yeah, Unity. It works reasonably well, if not brilliantly. So I think it might be because the sun's up. It kind of lurks from up there to down here, depending on how deep you are. And it may be just that when I'm not quite deep enough, I'm still getting it up with the sunshine through if it's daytime. Okay, now does anybody remember where oh no, it was this way, wasn't it? Signs still work. I might make signs free, going because our game is so huge. Signs are free. I nearly accidentally made signs a forbidden object earlier, but I didn't. So hopefully this will be the time where you can see why I've got that big. There. See, that's why I've got that flashy light on the machine. So you can see that from a long way away. You can tell there's something going on that needs level attention. Not currently. Falling damage will probably be in by this time tomorrow. Your main issue is maintaining your power. So it's not directly the temperature's the issue. It's maintaining it well. So as you can see, so I can tell from a distance that machine is flashing red. So that means that the machine is out of power, but it is successfully attached to a workday. So give it my power. Tell it to drop its resources. Take away all that nummy iron ore. So I've got 29. Refer back to my document that tells me how many I need. I need 50 iron for another ore extractor, or I need 50 iron and 50 copper for a storage block, for a power storage block. The spider bot's there. It doesn't have anything. Not a life bar as such. So right for first pass, falling damage will subtract from your power. The issue right now is I cannot really get any decent amount of power down here. I've mostly been playing some. I am making notes, so basically, a lot of what I've been doing has been playing with essentially an unlimited mode. So this is the first time I've really played it in a limited fashion. But a lot of it is not to allow everything to unlock from player. There should be some grind at all levels. It's just that the grind should hopefully be fairly enjoyable and look pretty. Giving the player everything straight away is what creative does. I'm trying to remember what that -20 means on the left-hand side. Oh, that's my depth. Okay. So the very start of the game will be essentially about runs of you running down, optimizing your route, so it becomes easier and easier to repeat this, running down using your suit as a very nasty portable battery. So all I'm doing now, really, I'm just being a glorified delivery boy of a charge of suit power, and that's it. That's all I can do at this point, is run down here. This time I'm running down here with the lights off, because it's not that dark for some reason. Run down with the lights off, and give my thing, which has run out again. Hopefully nearly an entire tank of power this time. Oh, look at that. Glorious. I'm not going to bother going back. What I could have done is delivered half a tank of power and going back. So I'm just sacrificing myself for the greater good here. So this is easy mode if you prefer. I need to have a little. I'm going to make another bug note. Show capacity on Q prompt. I apologise if my typing is bad. My cat managed to break my S key. Can you not? Does Twitch not generate a lower quality of stream automatically? I just would have assumed it would. I'm not implementing chickenpox. Go play DayZ if you want that sort of stuff. I've been watching a friend of mine play DayZ recently, and it's hilariously hardcore, like to the point where you have to like inject adrenaline to people who've passed out. You have to match blood types when you do blood transfusions, all sorts of absolutely bonkers gameplay elements. There's no cost to digging currently. I'm probably going to implement a cost for super digging. Your main cost is time. I'm hoping this run I shall have enough iron. Oh no, so the thing is, you're quite correct. We're doing a survival game. That opens up many things. What are you surviving against? I just don't think dysentery is something I really want to implement in my game. Or the flu. Compass isn't very much used though. I mean, playing a game like this, you get quite a good sense of direction quite quickly. Yeah, the problem is in that you've got a compass wasn't really very useful. Okay, so I've now got 48 iron. We get a couple more iron. You've got any iron stored up? Needs a little interface to show stored blocks. Don't have that. So these, some things got an item, some of them don't. I think the idea of having a whole bunch of server options based on difficulty is quite a cool one. So I think the idea is you can choose how hard you want it. Do you want 3 compasses, or do you want it so people have to grind for the compass? Do you want it so you can see other players in it? Paul, I might at some point quite soon cheat, if I can remember if there are any cheats in the game, and actually try and show you some through. So the idea is right now, what we've implemented does take quite some hours to play through. It's not a you know, it's not just, hey, look at all the things. It is grind to a degree, but it is also gameplay. No. So I am a big fan of the total annihilation model. In that case, power is unlimited. Resources are unlimited. The limiting factor is not they run out. The limiting factor is the time taken to extract and the power taken to extract. So as you can see here, if my extractor had unlimited power, it would sit there and it would generate a lot of power. I would also be able to build more manufacturing blocks. The idea is that I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Or have I? I don't remember going here. Oh, it is. The idea is that you will end up ferrying these resources back to your central area, so that it's a mining front. So in reality, they don't just go, oh cool, we found some coal, dig it up, and then wander around looking for more. So the idea is here that I would actually start to generate a system to take the resources back automatically. I'm not going to force the player to run down and look after 50 different machines at this point. That's not fun. That's tedious and horrible. It's just something that should happen for the beginning of the game. Hopefully that made sense. The question is now, do I have 50 iron? What does 50 iron make? 50 iron should allow me to build a second ore extractor. But the problem is, as I've just put, I can make a second ore extractor, it will generate ore. That's not my problem. My problem at this point is I don't have enough power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break my ore extractor, and I need to get 50 copper. So let's pop the ore extractor back down there. So now it's working away on the copper. It's glowing red, meaning it's looking. And now there we go. It's out of power. Ha! I forgot that. I should have put that power into it. Oh, it will be automated. It's already automated. If I could work, actually, hold on. I'll tell you what. I will cheat at this point. So for those of you watching, you won't get to do this. I do. It's my game. I do what I like. So what I can do is I can put more power into the machine, and I can build a second one. Yeah, the community world, that's coming as part of the multiplayer. We've already had some chats about that. It's not something. So kind of what I'm doing here is I'm pretending that I've jumped through the game a little bit. So I've now got a big torch. I don't care about power usage. So this is tin. So let's start. So what I can do now is I can actually fill that one up with tons of power. Gosh, I forgot how much. There we go. So that's now full of power, and it can go away. It can mine whilst I wander down here and see how my copper machine is going on. Probably is that power. Happens a lot. Currently, I know that machines don't face what they're doing. So at this point, the machines are mining away. I've got two. They're both doing their thing. That one's full. I'm going to have a bit more curry. Did I find any silver? Don't remember if I found any silver. I think I did. And so, do I have any silver? Sorry, it's currently called silver, but it will be called lithium as soon as we edit the file. Okay, so we've got 50 iron and 1 tin. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to build a storage hopper, because storage hoppers are cool. Storage hoppers don't currently take resources from things. That's one thing I didn't quite manage. So storage hoppers, if you plant a storage hopper next to an extractor, it will extract from the extractor automatically. So that means that the extractor might run out of power, but it won't run out of storage space. Well, it would eventually, but it'll take a lot longer. So this machine's still going here. I use the jetpack, so I'm going to cheat. Not telling you the cheat key, I'll have to hide that and make sure it only works for me. And drop your resources. Now what are we at? So we need tin. Got some tin. No, silver has very little use in a mechanized society. Silver is a shiny metal that's it's not as good as gold or copper. There's very little good you can say about silver. Silver will be gone. Lithium, on the other hand, is one of the most unbelievably useful metals in the world at the moment. If you're a big silver fan, I apologise for insulting your favourite metal at that point. Do you remember where I come out from in this? I've done it again. I took the jetpack. Yeah, definitely to fix that. It figures, of course. When you're playing it in creative, you can't stop the bloody you can't make the bloody jetpack trigger. I start to play it in a mode where the jetpack uses that power. I can't stop the jetpack triggering. Figures. Yeah, we've got uranium plan. It's quite difficult to argue any sort of radioactive stuff without it. Lithium's good for storing power. Right. So what I'm going to have to work out how the hell. I did find some silver ore, but I bet none of you can remember where it was. Can you? Honestly, what do I pay you people for? You know, I don't know what resistors are made out of actually. Okay, 16 tin, bunch of copper. Not enough iron. Yeah, we've got nickel, cadmium, lithium, but you can go too far. I mean, this is one of the problems I had with the Feed the Beast mod. There are so many minerals, and you're like, I've got 9 of this one I don't care about, 23 of this one I don't about. It's you can never do it. Oops. Oh, bugger. Oh, that's a pain. I accidentally deleted it. There we go. You'll need some more power, won't you, sir? I think it's very worth pointing out at this point, I do have some more work to do on spawning. So I'm now 139 meters under the ground. So I am 11 meters deeper than Minecraft can be. In your face. Not quite. I don't have enough machinery to set up your mining operation to be permanent yet. I kind of hope if I continue at the rate I'm going at, in a week or so, you should be able to have a fully automated network. Though I suspect there'll be stuff that'll be balanced, stuff that just doesn't really work. But yeah, that would be cool. I don't want to have to micromanage this. I want to set it up, get it right, and leave it. And I should only have to deal with problems and things going wrong and stuff breaking down and meteorites. What am I at? 44 copper. Let's go and check my tin one. Oh, yes, you should be able to set up completely automated networks. Minecarts, travelling systems, pneumatic tubes, teleporters, whatever we come up with that is deemed possible. It might take you 100 hours to develop your entirely automated mine network, but that's a different question. You know, what resources you'll be able to make. But I would love it to be completely automated. Quite how that actually plays out in reality remains to be seen. I also do love the way we've got these insane draw distances, and right now we're not really using that too much. Oh, the irony. Give me all the glorious tin. 31. So tin can make solar panels, which I haven't written, and storage hoppers. So we're making tin and iron. So I should stop extracting that one. No, don't know. I would personally find that really annoying. Some people might like to micromanage. I think, again, that might be an option because obviously if you're playing with like 50 other people, it's not such an issue. If you're playing by yourself, that can really become a ball ache very quickly, I believe. So I think the first thing I've taken away is that oh, I forgot to make them craftable. Heat source craftable. That's probably an idea. I think I'll put a bit of place them down. Maybe. Torches, lights. Bugger. That would have helped. What are we at? 7 iron. Okay. So, you're asking about power. So if you look at my temperature now, it's at negative 18 degrees, and as I get close to the fire, it drops up. So I can get my external temperature is now a nice comfortable 21 degrees, and my suit temperature is rising. At this point, I will probably be just about gaining energy, but it's a trickle at best. I have a funny thing, it might also only work at daytime. Recruit, have you not played FortressCraft on Steam already? I'm just finishing off my delicious curry. That was fantastic. I was so hungry. I was eyeing up the cats. So if you've played FortressCraft on the Xbox already, PC, you'll have noticed we've got a full day-night cycle in seasons. I wouldn't actually be taking that out of the game. That would be very silly. Currently, in survival mode, you're stuck with the Arctic Blizzard. A lot of that is predicated on Martine's biome code. We also need to work out some reason to make players go to the other places. Right now, you have no reason to go to the other places. It's just kind of... They would have all the same materials. So it's down to us to spread the materials out, to provide ways for the players to move quickly, and probably to work on the streaming system so they can move quickly without it going too wrong. I also apologise if it seems like I way behind. Twitch has actually changed something recently, so everyone is like a couple of minutes behind on the stream, and I don't really know why. Like, it seems like quite a fundamental thing to get right when you're developing a streaming system, is that the guy who's talking should be as close to real time as possible, but you know. Yeah, so I'm really dying to have the ability to look at how much ore this thing's actually got stored. Let's fill it with power before we go. So when you've got the torches down, which I will now start placing because I forgot about them, you do have to be careful not to get too close to them because they're really hot. But they do generate heat. So this means that you're not at such an amazingly low outside temperature, so you don't have to worry quite so much about suit power draining. But they require resources. The idea is that you'll actually place them along your path from... Why did I place it out there for? You'll place it along your path from your spawn to your mining area. Trade routes with NPCs? Good lord. You've gone off on a tangent there, Paul. Machine's still working away, I can tell. Okay, so what are we at? 55 tin. So tin can be made for storage hoppers. The idea is we're going to make a storage hopper, and then we'll see if it works. So as a storage hopper, you feed it resources and it looks after it, and if it's attached to a central power hub, it should generate the power in there. Yeah, that's probably a good point. So you are fighting the cold to start with, but if you go to a desert area, you're no longer fighting the cold. At that point, you're fighting heat. Yes, yeah, so the glow torches, they dim down over time and they disappear. They last about 60 seconds. I'll probably make it a cat spam quite so many of them. The torches are infinite light but finite heat when I've written that. The idea is that you can switch them from heat to light mode, so you can dot torches down willy-nilly, and then when you need to warm up, you'll stop by a torch, and then you'll turn it on. Did we press that? We press I. What are we at? 51? I think I'm at 51 tin. I'm going to clear some space up from... Oh no, I hit jetpack. God. So I am cheating. To remind you all, I am constantly cheating. This might give myself infinite energy. What I'm essentially doing is pretending that I have a better jetpack than I do, with more resources, or maybe even that I've got a nearby power station here, which I don't have any of. It's just that, obviously, we're kind of extrapolating. I don't really want to sit here and play the game, but I reckon to sort of get where I am with that cheating, it's probably about another 8 hours of playing. There's some iron ore stuck in the ceiling. Let's clear around bloody jetpack. Seriously, I spent ages looking at that bug to try and make it so the jetpack fires reliably. Now I can't stop it happening. Okay, so what are we at now? 44 iron ore. Some of that's because I mined it. Todd, hopefully you're watching, but you're not. It's a good example. The iron ore looks exactly like the wall. I might actually reduce the extraction rate but increase their efficiency, because it's a little bit too grindy and I prefer to invest time. Efficiency up. Efficiency up, rate. So I want to go and leave them for 20 minutes or half an hour, however, and then come back and go, I have all the stuff now. As opposed to doing what I have to do now, which is to keep running back and forwards. Of course, in multiplayer, it'll be awesome, because obviously you can actually start looking after it. Not yet, but I put lots of notes in the code saying could upgrade it. So currently it has, for instance, it has an insulation parameter. If you're going to hang around somewhere for a while, like I am, it's worth popping down a torch to sort of just sit here and go, right, I'm just going to let the power come in. At this point, I'm burning a very tiny amount of energy, but probably less energy than I'm actually using. One thing I like is I like investing time, you see. So I like the idea that I don't have to quite look after these. Dynamite, yes. I don't think you'll be terraforming in this mode. Like, that goes against giving people that much power in this mode. You know, this mode is about you're a nobody, essentially. Not compared to the ultimate being that you are in creative mode. Okay, let's pick up all that. So what are we at? 52 copper, 65 iron. So let us transfer power in. Right, that's all good. Let's wander back here. So I'm going to try and make a storage hopper. Not there's a lot of point now. I've decided to cheat, but that's okay. We'll pretend that we're still playing things. Why am I not using the grappling hook? That's what it's there for. Okay, so let's grab that with me because I've got plenty of tin. We'll leave the copper one going. I'll try and work out how the hell I got in here, because I'm pretty sure it was... Wrong button. So how did I get in here? I'm sure it was from up high. And I'm sure on the way in... Oh, jetpack. That's too much jetpack. Okay, so I'm going to die of hypothermia because that's the easiest way to get back to base. I should probably pick up my ore extractor when carrying one. But I have got enough resources kind of carrying on. No, I think Nintendo tell you off if you put mothballs in your own games. I reckon I underestimated. I reckon to sort of get onto your second power generator thing, it's probably 5 or 6 hours of play, depending on how lucky you are with resource generation. I do need some sort of secondary permanent power source, but hopefully now I should be able to build a storage container and put some crap in it and see what happens. Right, where's my spider boss? Yeah, I think that the suit heater reduces your power past 0. Haven't really thought about food at the minute. We've mostly been sort of focused on electronics. So, that's not building. Don't know why. Should cost, assuming I typed it right, 50 tin and 50 iron. So I'm going to need to check the log file. Let me see. Player does not have 50 silver ore in their inventory. Silver. Oh, I made a typo. God damn it. There's no way to cheat. I probably should have thought about that before I start doing a stream, shouldn't I? It's like there's no console commands for inventory or anything. Right. Time to go looking with cheats on. Well, at least the cheaty power. I'm pretty sure there was silver to my right. But yeah, that shouldn't have been silver needed for that one. I cannot believe how easy I'm activating the jetpack. Oh, this is... Okay, well that's where I came out. Let's try over here then. I've got lost. I've gone the wrong way. It's all the same. Who did this level generation? Alright, so that was the way out. I am going to mark it in case I ever want to find it again. To be honest, I'm quite pleased I actually found a cave with some ore in it. It's so unbelievably difficult to generate this stuff. I can't really put into words how difficult purling is. I probably can't even think of a good simile. And that's the question who did this level generation by. That was me. This is all my own fault. I have no one to blame apart from my terrible self. Oh wait, what have I just dug into there? Is it silver? Oh, I think it might actually be silver. Quickly, before I die, let's put machine down, give it some power, and cheat. Yeah, I think I should put some more suit power. I think the initial runs are a little bit not quite they are. Well, we kind of redid the build gun. Maybe there'll be a classic build gun, I don't know. Right, let's just check. So the only way we need to check if it's silver is to click on it and then go, yay, silver. Brilliant. Let's clear a bunch away so when I make it spit the stuff out, it doesn't get embedded in the ceiling. That's an issue with real ore machines, by the way. They often just spit the ore straight out in the air and get stuck in the ceiling. I think this is, to be honest, when this comes out, you get to play it. Obviously, you can be kind of playing what I've just done, but it should be quite cool. I have had some fun making machines as well. Am I going to pick that up or did you get closer? Right, so I need 50 of silver, 32. Oh, I didn't put drop shadow on the number. Big fail that I am. Jetpack usage is not beginning game for a whole bunch of reasons, but when you've got the jetpack, you are very, very powerful. You can move very, very quickly. You can explore extremely fast. Caves, no longer an issue. Deep holes don't mean anything to you. Jetpack is definitely endgame. Okay, what are we at now? 36. I don't have so once I have enough for more extractors, you see, I can actually I can have 50 extractors on, but we'll come back to the extractors in a moment because I can build the storage so I get more power. Could do with a mass fabricator, to be honest, because if there is a distinct chance that no gold will spawn, literally zero. So maybe we need a mass fabricator fairly early on, saying, look, I need some gold, and it'll go, oh, I need millions of power. Like, power's fine, you know, but you might just get unlucky on the rolls, as it were. I've done it again. I said when I'm doing some work somewhere, put a torch down. There we go, 20 degrees. Where are we at? 40 ore. Awesome. No, grappling hook is free, but it has a whole bunch of restrictions on it because of that. $42 silver ore. Okay, so I'll have silver. Sorry, lithium. Need to change the name of that. So I will. But yeah, why did I think I needed tin? Oh, I was building a storage hopper. I tried to build the wrong. Oh no, I made a typo. Okay, so I might make a power storage block then because I'm going to have the silver, lithium. Okay, I can mine these out. Because because I will not be able to come back here with a bunch of machines, you have the choice. You can quickly mine resources out, like I'm doing here, but that means that you're trading in against doing it later on. As Martin put out, probably what will happen is the single brick ones are quite rare, or they don't generate a lot, and later on there'll be en masse mining techniques. And I think there's a bug, so I think I've now got 93 silver. Right, let's grab my... Did I get it? Yes. Let's leave that one there, and we'll charge it up. It's very worth pointing out, as I said, all of this, literally everything you're seeing here is 4 days' work. So it's been a very, very, very busy 4 days. But this is all very good. Just make sure this is iron. Excellent. Right, I'm going to kill myself. The quickest way to kill yourself, if ever you need to, without using the keyboard command, is to stand on top of a fire. So you see, my internal temperature has now gone up to 26 degrees. The moment I run out of power, which I am very quickly, I will die. There, the suit's internal temperature has just rocketed up because the cooling systems have failed. You cannot currently die from heat damage, and we haven't come up with a good name for that one. The real term is hyperthermia. But nobody knows what hyperthermia is. So now I have no power whatsoever. My suit temperature is dropping 20 degrees. Move away from that one. Have I got a bug, or have I got a little bit of power? I think I have a little bit of power left. Let's get rid of that. I think I might have another bug in the suit. Or I have a tiny amount of power. Let me just... Yeah, the cooling system's failed. I'm using up loads of power. At this point, I should be... Let me get away from these torches. I wonder if it's hilarious related to having the torchlight on. Of course, the quickest way to kill yourself at the moment, but won't be when tomorrow, is to use your jetpack. There we go. Now my suit's temperature's dropping. Okay. That's okay. Suit temp notch gradient. Yeah. So the little bars they're just moving smoothly and they're not. That was what was confusing me. Okay, so the suit's internal temperature has now dropped to -1, -2. It's very, very cold in here. I am dying of hypothermia. The hotter the suit gets, the... Didn't I have another extractor somewhere? I've forgotten where it is. Todd was talking about a method to find your extractors when you lost them, and I think he's right. So yeah, now my temperature's down to -12. Oh god, it's cold in here. Can anyone else feel that? Again, note for Americans, water freezes at 0 degrees. It boils at 100 degrees. Nice and easy. Okay, now, hopefully, I will be able to build I'll build a storage hopper because the storage brick so this should work. And if you play FortressCraft 2D, this is all going to get very familiar. Okay, so I've built a block. Now, if I bring up my see, it's got the sucky and grab at the top, so I bring up my inventory, and I can't select things, so I've just thrown a whole bunch of bricks. So now the machine will suck them in, and at this point, if I take power from it, it should, hopefully, be generating a lot more power, because now it's munching stuff to give power. But I can also throw down all my crap, which is what that button does, though I've just realised that it will actually happily throw ore in there. So at this point, this will generate a lot more power, much quicker than it would normally, because I fed it full of resources, which will obviously help. Now, what have I got on me? 29 iron. I've still got 51 tin. Can I make anything with tin and copper? No, I can't. What I want to make is a copper storage block, because I need 5 more lithium. So what we'll do, we did have a lithium machine going. Let's go and visit my lithium machine. See, what I should have done as well, I did play this. You're not supposed to actually dive down through tiny holes in the level, because you'll never get back out. The point is that you create an access to your world, and the access to your world should let you come back. And it's very important you do that. If you do what I've done here, you'll do it not. Yet the sun feeds the solar generator. That's how. So I didn't make solar generators up. They're a real thing. They take energy from the sun and turn it into electricity. If your question meant something else, I didn't understand it. I'm sorry. Will any work resource? So the storage hopper, if you put in coal, you get loads of resources, because coal is obviously great. If you put in wood, you get some, and everything else just gives you a tiny amount. You have 2 buttons at the minute for drop good resources and drop crap resources, essentially. But the problem with the storage, the hopper at the minute, sorry, the central power hub, is it doesn't have that big a storage area, but we'll come to that one in just a moment, as soon as I have gotten my greedy hands on 17 more iron ore. Does anyone have any clue, by the way, where my other again, you should be organised. If you can play this game, you don't just run around like a donk like I am. Somewhere I have another ore extractor. I just don't remember where it is. So let's make it. Oh, there. Wait, I can find it from the flashing light. I'm so not changing that. Recharge it with E. Ah, right. Any resources will fill the central hub. Yeah, sorry. But only resources with a large amount of energy are actually of any point to doing so. Are all of you old Xbox people, or any of you like new people from the Steam version? I don't know. Obviously, a bunch more of you will be watching on YouTube. Assuming I don't mess up the upload, which does seem to be a common thing for me. Why are my cheat keys not working? Yes, I can get massive negative power in the suit. It looks like I can get to negative fade on that, yeah. I suspect not many people watch all the way to the end of YouTube here, though maybe some people want to listen to me drone on about my stupid game that we're writing. What are we at now? 41 iron ore. I don't have enough silver. I think, is it down here? Is it silver? I don't remember. That's actually a fair... I suppose I could have a nearby Perlin value to that. I'm trying to work out... It's quite difficult to make some stuff appear near other stuff, but I suppose similar Perlin values would be the... I'm definitely going to make this push out a lot less. Let me do that. Or extractor, drop more gentle. Because it keeps embedding them in the ceiling above me. What are we at? 45 silver ore, 57 iron. Do I need some more silver? What am I making? Power storage. So I need copper, which I have, and silver, which I do have nearly enough of. That's mining. Wait, I need more silver. So I should probably actually be mining silver then, shouldn't I? Yeah, so, well, as I pointed out to Martine, I think there's a bug in the extractor rate, because they're supposed to generate 1 ore a minute, but it actually looks like they generate about 1 ore every, well, let's count, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 11 seconds, so I'm pretty sure I've got a calculation wrong somewhere. 48 silver ore, so you can have to wait another 22 seconds. Is oil compressed coal? I don't know. I thought coal was trees and oil was dinosaur bones. However, for the first extended playtest, it's actually going quite well. No crashes. Well, fixed a few issues. Just going to quietly die of hypothermia in this corner here. So now I have 52 copper, 71 iron, and 50 silver. So I should hopefully be able to build a power storage block. And that's, to my mind, where it starts to get a little bit cool. The next thing I really need is the lasers to transfer the power. And at that point, your surface-mounted power generation system can support supplying your under... Yes, as I said, the jetpack, I've got the numbers wrong. I haven't really sort of play tested it. I've been making sure it works as opposed to sort of tweaking it. So just going to wait to die of hypothermia. I only have the I and the A of hypothermia to die from. It's probably had that nice static effect when you die in teleport as well. Rather than... Right. Okay, let's make sure I bet the real thing. Because you build the wrong thing, there's no going back. You've built it tough. So at this point, the hub is full of power. But if I go to machinery, power storage block, and build a power storage block there. So the power storage block will, you can see it spinning very, very fast. That means it's full. So essentially you can see it's sucked out all of the power of the power hub. You can see it's removing the power from the power hub very quickly, and it's looking after it. If I were actually, oh, it's full. So and it glows green when it's actually genuinely full. So I've just there. So I've over doubled my hub power, and it's much cheaper. So now I should be able to take power straight from that if I grab the key. Right, that doesn't seem to work. Right, I shall make a note. Can't extract power from batteries. So that was a huge waste of resources then. So I've got the resources, I just can't use them. Currently, there's no way of carrying a battery. So actually, I just had a thought. I could have a fully charged battery as a different block type as a temporary solution. You cannot currently carry an entity. You can only carry a block. But I could actually do it so if you break it, it'll, yeah. But, oh, that's really annoying. Wow, I wonder if there's a way I can sort of resolve this. Should probably put it in a cheat mode. I don't have one. That's annoying. So, yeah, you can build a little machine. So what I can do, pretend we're underground. You could, pretend that's an ore block of some description. You could build your mining machine in the middle there. It runs off the battery, it runs off that one. You then have an extractor that can then put the power into the storage block. So you can actually have a whole machine, you can have a whole self-sufficient machine that will mine forever at the cost of quite some resources. I definitely need some sort of feedback. This is actually generating power. Yeah, I'm a little bit wary about pressing Q, because I'm fairly sure if I press it, it will... Oh, it's dropping snow, okay. I think I spotted it. I think I spotted it work. It saves your worlds are set to creative or survival. Yeah, so I've definitely got a bug. I don't think it clears the down or bugged. Yeah, I just want to work out. So it does. It's popped up the dialogue saying, you can harvest from this, but it's not working, and I don't know why. Like, I definitely wrote the code. I'm sure of it to be able to get the power out of batteries, but apparently I'm not as good at coding as I thought. Yeah, see, press Q to empty. No, neither of those keys work. So I'll check that one. The idea is you have a battery, you no longer take it from here, but the idea is that you'll be able to attach a laser to it and fire the energy a long way. So you can have a central, well-defended, hint hint, resource area, and that's not necessarily, energy area, and that's not necessarily even slightly close to your resource area. So I'm slightly put out that didn't work. Also slightly put out, I should probably put some cheat keys in. Having said that, it does force me to play it properly, so I can keep this world and also come back to it tomorrow or whenever and sort of see how it's going on. So let me see, what do I need to build? Another ore extractor, more iron. So what I can possibly do is there's a term for it. Sort of start consolidating my power base. Not quite the right term, but basically at this point now I have enough resources to build another ore extractor, so I can start extracting even more ore extractor. So we now have 2 ore extractors, though they will be they will need some looking after, like small hungry children. But yeah, we definitely, maybe even little computer screens that peer up close that we can write text onto. Most things will also have a dialog box like the central power hub. Yeah, Martine, I had a look at doing a screen overlay, but it proved to be really hard. It messes up, so you kind of have to do it as a post effect. I'm not really sure how. I've got the textures and stuff, so yeah, it should freeze in, but I'd like to try and distort the screen, but it's just not that straightforward. So how much iron have I got? 21. And now I can grab all the iron, so that was 9 iron in one go. Awesome. To build another central power hub, which is kind of what I want to do, it's an awful lot of resources. I think the next thing to do tomorrow is to fix all of these issues that I've spotted. Most of them are all very minor, they're all little things. What? Textures don't tile. They don't tile with each other. That would be very hard. Those tile. That one doesn't. You're quite right. Thur69LJ. If you take a screenshot of my stream right now and tweet it at me, I'll or email me, I'll poke Todd. That one should tile. All textures should tile. Most of them do. That's a very old one. So just in case you weren't paying attention, press print screen right now and tweet me going, fix the seams. A telescope? No, that's the BFL 9000. So tomorrow I'm going to try and implement the laser emitter. Probably shortly afterwards the laser mirror, because otherwise you can only fire power in straight lines. But you can basically have a power generator firing the energy a long way into a battery. So let's check. So if I hang here, again, the super power level, it should be actually demonstrating whether or not it's generating or emptying. The little glows, they're not hooked up yet. Oh, a little bit too close to the flames. Go down and check my other. I see. I kind of like this. This is kind of the good bit of Farmville. Checking on how all your stuff's doing is. I always like that. It's one thing I didn't like about Minecraft. I did to begin with, and then I stopped liking that when it was the manual grind. And as I want to do away with a lot of that if ever I can. But yeah, definitely increase the size of the horrid stoppers, storage hopper, the power things. Having said that, I think they take more than a suit power level already. And unfortunately, there's no chance of me getting the resources to achieve my more things within a sensible time frame, because there's just my limiting factor, as I pointed out, and I'm glad I've been borne out, because it's the first time I've actually played it. Your limiting factor is not really the amount of extractors you can build. It's not anything else. The limiting factor is how much time you can spend doing stuff, and that's kind of good, because it is infinite resources. I don't need to find more iron necessarily ever. Oh, that's bright. What I actually need to do is get more power down to here, and that's quite an engineering job. However, probably it's suffering from the same issue that... Ooh. Broken it. Actually, it does this sometimes. It kind of... There we go. But not broken at all. That was a lie. It's kind of suffering the issue that actually a lot of games do, is that once you've got one, which takes you an hour, the next one takes you half an hour, and the next one takes you a minute, and the next one takes you a few seconds. So it's the GTE, the Gran Turismo issue, that your first car takes forever to upgrade, and successive ones take you less and less time. Yeah, sound effects need to be revisited. So I kind of want to cheat and give myself... Oh, I need gold for a power hub, but I haven't found any gold yet. That's a really good question. I think the eventual plan is that... It's a question of early game, end game stuff. So initially, we might, for instance, give you a robot that can carry heavy stuff, and you say, take this back home, and it does so. And later on, you lose that robot, and you have to build a conveyor belt system. The problem is, imagine now if you could only carry 3 copper ore, your entire game will just devolve into walking forwards, walking backwards, walking forwards, walking backwards. Which is maybe okay, but probably not. So, in answer to your question, don't know. At the minute, it's you're limited to huge amounts. There's no limit to stacks or anything like that. I think possibly a very early machine within the first half an hour is a personal teleporter that just takes you home. So it's a one-way trip. But that requires power. So then you have to save up enough power. I don't know. All of these things are going to have to... Some of them, unfortunately, we'll have to play with and see which ones even work. And that's always very time-consuming for such a small indie team, is we kind of need it to work first time and it to be the right decision, and not to spend a few weeks implementing something that we end up not using. Because obviously we're not EA, we can't afford to blow millions of pounds at all, really. But we certainly can't afford to blow millions of pounds on something we don't end up using. Did I build a torch around here? Did I? Hell. Yeah, torches probably very cheap. I'll probably just make them cost like 5. I haven't seen any coal. Maybe I won't make them cost 5 coal, because maybe the game doesn't generate very much coal. It's supposed to generate very large amounts of small groups of coal. Yeah, I think the Maritime makes the best thing. It's basically fun is the issue. As simple as that. I don't want you to be able to carry around all this stuff, because that's silly. You should be encouraged to develop automated systems to run your networks. I think I like the idea initially of a take-home robot, like the ones in what was that game? Dungeon Siege. So you just go, you bring out your inventory, you go take home all this copper. It takes all the copper back to your central power hub. And then later on you get a personal teleporter, and then later on you have a whole system. So it's still a man, and the robot will take a couple of minutes to go back, and he'll need to recharge off the hub, that sort of thing. So maybe even a little Arthur. Oh, he's camera shy, bless him. So what am I at now? 83 iron. So now I should be able to build another. So it's a shame Andy's not watching. This does kind of hammer home one of the issues with the lighting system. The lighting works really well, like really nicely for one machine. More than one machine starts becoming a little bit more disco-y, shall we say. And that's no use to anyone. The idea is that you can quickly glance at the status of the machines, and I only have to, like, are they all working? Don't know. Are the amount of power? Don't know. The amount of energy? Don't know. Yes, but I think initially it will be about building a network fairly safely. Again, Minecraft as the exemplar had fucking horrible combat. I mean, it was really just diabolical. I can't say anything good about Minecraft's combat. It was really, really, really horrid. So I don't want to emulate that. As you can see now, I've already got distinct power issues. Is it a particularly wise idea to say, hey, we're going to add in laser guns that you need to start shooting things with, because that's going to have your own set of issues as well. Yeah, like I said, if you build one light or if you're at distance, it's fine. It's only when it's full screen. I think it's reducing intensity, so it's still there. Will help a lot. Nobody telling the gamer check. But you can see there where it works great is off in the distance. You're like, I can see my machine is working hard. Oh, that means my machine's full. It's green. It's the best colour. Hello, kitten. Hello, cat. It doesn't really matter, actually. For the detail setting. It may make a bit of difference for things like the shadows and the glow sticks. I'm running this on 32-bit. You can't really tell because it's not about the crazy vast vistas that you get in creative. It is a different game mode. But the frame rate's not where I'd like it to be. But Twitch is probably a lot of that reason, I'm afraid. Yeah, the interface is pretty much done for the hub. We're okay on that one, or at least it'll be that sort of quality and style. There is no interface for most of the rest of the objects yet. Like, literally, there isn't one. The idea is that it will show you what's going on, but you do need to be able to manage your machines from a distance. That is also important. How are we looking then? 27. Let's go check my silver ore machine, which is back here. And so my stats still work, as far as I know. My run distance should now be at 112% of the new players. That should be active, by the way, in FortressCraft now. So, I think that's actually just this run. Yeah, 2 hours played. It's because I deleted it. But if you press J in the normal FortressCraft, you do get this debug menu showing you your character leveling, which has been in since the beginning. So your character does actually level in FortressCraft. And I do love the grappling hook, which is also a handy lighting thing. Did I bring enough iron with me to do that? No, I didn't. Yeah, Martin made the point that the lighting should be cheap. I agree. I think maybe even torches should be free or near as damn it free. But the heating part component of the torches is what costs you your resources. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I need to already consider separating out the concept of quality, which is to do with rendering quality, and draw distance, which is to do with RAM. Because at this point, I'm rendering a hell of a long way. A long way. And there's no need to, I need to render 100 meters or so. Recruit. As you walk, your speed increases. As you build, the distance which you can build increases. As you destroy stuff that you break decreases. And the more times you jump, the higher you can jump. Just like reality, sort of. Okay. I think one of my machines is out of power, but I can't really tell which one. Oh, yes, I can. So, this machine's out of power because it's not spinning. I don't know if you can actually see that through the flashing, but see that machine on the right there isn't spinning. Then I'll get some power, and it'll start spinning again. So it is actually working. There are other ways to tell. What are we at now? 81 iron ore, so I can now build another copper extractor. Do I need copper for anything else? Let's have a look. No, not yet. Oh, did the stream just die in my ear? I'm listening to the stream back again and it just stopped working. That's class, that is. Is the stream actually died? Has Twitch died? Is it just my copy? No, the stream seems to be fine. I'll have to refresh my own window listening to myself. Oh good, I'm watching an advert for Forza. I own Forza, I own an Xbox One. Don't advertise this to me. And stop showing me games that aren't out yet as well. Hey, why not buy an Xbox One and play Titanfall? Because it's not out. Now, this one doesn't seem to be filling up much quicker, and I don't know why. I think it's because I don't come down this often. We have a script written for the bots. I will be talking to the audio guy at some point soon and going, hey, audio guy, do me all this speech. So yeah, I also definitely want to remove the concept of just ploughing through the level looking for resources. That's not fun to me in the slightest. Yeah, I mean they already. I mean you've already heard the super build noises. They're the they'll be like that. So what are these? These are Arthur. What am I looking at? Tin. Do I need tin for anything? Storage hopper? No, then. So I don't need tin. So I won't waste a. Would you like a northern robot, some sort of Geordie robot, so you can understand his lingo? To be honest, I'm kind of enjoying just looking at the machines without having to worry about power. But that'll obviously come later on. We've currently got plans for a bunch of bots, but a lot of it comes with playing it like I am now, making sure I'm enjoying it, making sure I'm progressing, and seeing what gets annoying. I think I like the idea of your initial bot taking the power back I suppose initially you need to walk back. Then you need to be able to teleport back, which means you're spending time, and then the robot will take it back for you. And then eventually a proper one. Yes, I've got something that mines regular stuff, but I haven't written it yet. And hopefully I'll get that in tomorrow because it's going to be awesome. In fact, you've got it there. Look, it's wrong button. It's right there. Look, see? But it's not been written yet. We've got an icon. Actually, it won't click. God, does have to actually click. But yeah, I'd like to be able to return to the base quickly, but you can skip hypothermia. Oh, it's so difficult. Designing games is hard. Don't let anyone ever tell you it's not. Writing games is easy in comparison to coding games, to designing games sometimes. Oh, one of my machines is full. Yeah, Martine, if you're still watching, I don't think we have any leaks, by the way, because I've been running for quite some time without running out of RAM, so that's good. So you're having a look. We're now running at 2.6 gigs allocated, so that's good. Well, this is 32 bits, so. Also, can't track power from batteries, can't put power into batteries. Because one of the other things you should obviously be able to do quite quickly is I can make a battery, but I can't put anything in it. Let me check the code a second. Let me just check, because the battery, sorry, the storage block, as it's referred to. So the storage block can transfer power to and from the central power hub, to and from other ones, or into ore extractors. So it can, but I need to be able to put. So I could build a battery here, but I couldn't put the power into the battery. I need to go via a machine to generate. So that's a gap in the chain of creation that I would need to work on. But I guess without cheating or developing more game, that's pretty much all I can show. There is more. You can generate the generators, you can have much better automated machines, but I don't have the resources, and it's going to take me quite a long time to get more resources to continue this with. But I'm interested for feedback. Is this a good idea? Is looking after the machines going to be fun? Is this a tedious and terrible idea? Leave your feedback. It's important to me. Apart from it's shit. And yeah, I know. Tone down the lights. They look fine. When you've only got one off in the dark, they look great. A bunch of them up close, not quite so much. We do have a freezing up effect already. I just turned it off because it breaks more things than it fixes. So. I wonder if I can use the grappling hook to whiz me across the level. Yeah, excellent. Is that cheating? I don't care. I really like the grappling hook. It really, really is fun. It's important that it's not particularly precision though. It's kind of good, but you cannot use it to put you exactly where you want, and you're always running the risk of just plopping yourself right into a chasm because it drops you off. So I think it's very powerful, but it's not brokenly imber. Because it's very easy to screw it up. It's very satisfying using the grappling hook. Need some sound effects. Now, how do we come into this hole? Was it up, down there? Yeah. Yeah, like there. If I'd full damage on, I'd have died then, or at least lost loads of power. Oh, bugger. Missed. Yeah, so it does have a little bit of love to go, but it's I think it's pretty good. Yes, doing a flashing light based on the is probably quite a good idea. I'm going to check though, because at this point I've been away for a long time, so at this point it should have all been simulating off in the distance. Cancel my jetpack. So now if I edit that one, battery's still full, that's at full power level. Excellent. And just to check, that definitely doesn't work. So yeah, I've definitely screwed that up. You're supposed to be able to take power out of batteries and put them down. So what you would have is you'd have a group of ore extractors and a battery. The battery takes tons of charge. So the idea is you can go down there and keep filling up your battery. So I think I'll do some more work on some of the numbers, which I made notes on. But I think overall, it's going to be pretty good. Lots of things need artwork. So hopefully, Andy, hopefully this works. Hopefully it stays. And I'm going to get Andy tomorrow to have a look through this video and just go, oh, that needs fixing, that needs fixing, that needs fixing. Because quite a lot of it does need fixing. RX to me means receive, so I don't know what you mean by RX to mediate falling damage. The plan is also to release another patch on Steam tomorrow. The patch on Steam will have all of this implemented in it, so we can start getting some more testers onto it. Probably not going to give it out publicly. Probably not for at least another couple of days after that one to give us time to patch that further. Because it's going to be, well, as you can see, it's very early stage. Medicine to... no, because falling damage will be a power cost. So the idea is that falling will just subtract power from you. Also, when the hell did RX mean medicine? But at the minute, I reckon if I didn't cheat and I balance things up, I reckon there's quite a lot of gameplay. Not necessarily, I said, don't consider it deep and involved and accurate gameplay, but there's certainly a lot of requiring the user to find minerals and to stretch things out. And as long as that's a good experience, that's fine. And I'm actually enjoying playing this. I don't enjoy creative because I'm not very good at it. I mean, I see the stuff that, like, you know, Paul or Gaz does and go, holy shit. As you can see, this is my idea of creative, is to put a bridge. So, from my point of view, I'm quite happy to play a game mode more like this, because I would actually enjoy this, but this would be more sort of the game I would buy, and that's obviously very important. FortressCraft is never really the game I would buy, because I'm rubbish at creative. I quite enjoy creative, I'm just crap, that's all. If I just wait for... Oh yeah, so if I grapple upwards and don't do anything, grapples in, and then you just fall immediately. It's your responsibility to grapple over a fairly low incline. See, that would be fine. Grappling to there, probably quite regretful. No, see, that was alright. But a lot of it's about building little inclines. So later on, maybe you'll get a grappling hook where you can winch down. So you actually winch up and then downwards, things like that. I think I will have to stop soon, as I think you can hear in the background, my kittens are demanding food. Bless them. But yeah, I'm going to try and do more live streaming of stuff. The only reason I've been very quiet in the last 4 days is it's been very hard getting this in a position where it's been good to show. So again, I'd like to remind anyone who's watching going, oh my god, this is so crap. This is 4 days of hard graft, don't get me wrong, but it has only been 4 days since we even started any of this stuff. None of it existed 4 days ago. So I think we're in a fairly good state based on that. Can I re-grapple while in the yet? Probably. I'll tell you what, should we check? Should we check in a sec? What I'll do is I'll fill this up. I'll probably try and treat this as my world and not cheat too much, because that's a better way of making sure you actually generate the code, generate the game. But yeah, I think the grappling hook is awesome, and I'm very happy with it, even though you embed yourself in the ceiling a bit much. How much iron have I got? 130, I have enough for 2. Don't have very much copper though. But yeah, if you've played Terraria, you'll understand that the grappling hook, it's not Imber, it just becomes a much more three-dimensional way of moving around than merely up, down, left, right. And jump. Yes, Kitty, we hear you. Everybody in the internet hears you. I think people even on my stream can hear you at this point, Kitty. We'll try. Let's try. I'll try grappling and re-grappling. I think it will work. You can, but the grappling hook's not that quick, so you need to be quite quick. And now I'm jammed up. So, oh, that looks good. See, that's where I say the lighting. I don't want to. I want to be careful at the lighting. That looks lovely, just there. You can only grapple upwards while I want it downwards, so I'm really kind of screwed now. Yeah, see, something still grappling to the ceiling, which is odd. I think it's because the grappling is moving quite fast. My frame rate's all over the place right now. It's not something I've actually looked at its performance, so this might actually run horribly badly at the minute on lower spec computers. It might run fine, you never know. Pro grappling, look at that. Eventually, yes, we can do injections still. I will need to, amusingly, probably disable some injections, because obviously I cannot have Laura's lovely space shuttle, because it's got, I wish I'd noticed this earlier, but that's got, what's that? Is that tin ore? Yeah, tin ore in it. And coal. Yeah, I think I might just make it so 1 torch costs 1 coal. The torches are really cheap for lighting, but they are the power is their limiting factor. Yeah, I had to laugh at the coal. Bless the kitties. Injections are predefined objects that are placed into the world. So trees, rock, houses, things like that. If you're familiar with Minecraft, then villages are probably a good example of an injected thing in Minecraft. I don't know if they do them with injections. Injections like that I came up with for FortressCraft 2D, and I've kind of just evolved into 3D for FortressCraft 3D. I've not seen anyone make use of the injection stuff, by the way. Something like not even the builders. It's something I think I need to make much more obvious than we have done. Of course, the kitty sounds hungry. Kitty hasn't been fed in at least 10 minutes. Oh, I see my stream has died again. Twitch is not doing very well this shit, is it? I guess overall that's kind of where we're at. You can chain together batteries and you can hook them up to machines and things, so you can actually do some quite nice stuff. But I think I really need to make cheap laser emitters to stop the grind. Fairly cheap laser, not too cheap. And then yeah, I could build another power block with no point. Go storage with no point. I actually need to build another central power hub, and that requires 500 of each, and I've got no cheat keys, sadly. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Hopefully, this will all go onto YouTube. So this is also an experiment. Can I do stream things and put them on YouTube? I'm going. By the way, you should do Twitch because it's cool. Yeah, the glow sticks are definitely my favourite thing. They just look lovely sailing off into the darkness. Other than that, it's the first pass, and then hopefully it will get better over time. So it should hopefully come out tomorrow. I've got a huge list of things to fix, but it'll come out along with a bunch of other little fixes for the game, and then we will see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this will appear on YouTube, and at some point if I can work out how, and look out for the patch tomorrow.